All right. How's it going, Paul?
Good, Ron. How are you today?
I'm doing great. How you feeling? How's that body feeling?
Pretty
Good?
good. It feels good tonight. I got a baseball game.
All right, cool, man. We're going to jump right in. And the first question I have for you is for you to simply just describe, it's actually not a question, but I'm just going to ask you to just describe the type of work you do, general lifestyle it requires, that sort of thing. Kind of give people an understanding of, your world, what's going on
Okay.
in it.
I do compliance work for TD Ameritrade, soon to be part of Charles Schwab. It's an office job. I work at a computer all day, which is fine. And then I'm single, live by myself, and try to spend my free time getting out and exploring Chicago, playing sports, watching sports, stuff like that.
Cool. Cool. So what kind of things were you struggling with or you having challenges with, which made you want to address it before working with me? Or
Uh, it, so I'm 54. And I played high school football. Not that that's significant, but so if you're like me and you came of age in the 80s, working out meant lifting weights, doing 3 sets of 8, and that was it. And to a certain extent, that kind of thinking is pretty hardwired into me. But as you get older, you need to adapt what you're doing in the gym to meet where you are today with your body. I'm not 18 anymore. I have different needs in terms of being able to move, to be flexible, and all those sorts of things. It's not, it's strength training is certainly important. It's important part of what you and I do together, but it's not everything. And because of like the mindset I'm coming out of, I know that I need to have someone show me different things to do to address certain physical issues that I have as a 54-year-old male.
got it. Got it. Makes sense. And so what type of fitness related stuff have you tried in the past?
Oh boy, I've done a lot, I suppose. It's always generally been gym based. I have done and continue to do things like yoga classes, Pilates classes, group fitness classes. Those have been useful. There was a period, I would say, from 2001 through 2006, where I really got into long distance running. That really is kind of, 2001 is where I guess you could say my life changed, and I started taking on physical challenges by running marathons. And so, during the marathon training season, which would be say, May through October, I was more out, I was out running rather than in a gym all the time. But once I stopped, once I completed my marathons, I'd get back in the gym, and it's been that kind of thing for 20 years, I would say.
Okay. And so what would you say, what was your top priority prior to working with me, and what made you start this program?
Um, I was looking to try to improve my athleticism, as I said at the top of the that sounded like a gunshot. That's not good.
No, not at all.
Oh, that's probably a firework now that I think about it.
Yeah, I think that was a firework.
Yeah. I don't know why they're setting him off now. I played in a men's over 50 baseball league, or actually two of them. I knew that I didn't have the most experience in baseball. I'd gone almost 40 years without playing baseball, so you can't quite make up that that lack of experience, the lack of time playing. But one thing I tried to do was, be in the best shape possible, be as good an athlete as I can be at 54, given whatever natural limitations I have. So I could go out there, play play in every game, not miss time to injury, be able to go out there, and run and accelerate and turn and bend over and throw and do all the twisting and turning and things that are required to be a baseball player. And our workouts have really helped me in that regard, and that I am more explosive than most of the guys I play with. Doesn't mean I'm the best baseball player, but there's certain things I can do that they can't do. And we are reaching a point in the season where we have a lot of guys on the injured list, so to speak, and I'm still showing up every day.
Cool. So tell me, is there anything else results wise that you've achieved? Like what changes have you noticed that's been made, and what have you learned?
Certainly in the last year during this pandemic, I've lost over 20 pounds. A lot of that has just been due to really focusing on my diet.
Yeah.
Very simply, not eating food that comes out of a bag or a box. Cooking a lot. Learning how to cook, cooking my own food. That was a great place to start. And I'm not a great cook by any means, but I enjoy learning. And
but it's possible, though, right?
Yeah. And then trying to find something I can do every day. So I have a baseball game tonight. I'm not going to get to the gym today, so I got up at 5 a.m. and I walked 10,000 steps. So I got that. Setting little goals every day and trying to find some way to achieve them. Sometimes you can knock out a couple things. Sometimes you can only do one thing. But I find for me, if I'm doing that kind of thing, it kind of keeps me on track. And for me, the way my personality is, the kind of more regimented I am, the better I function. Having a routine. A lot of people don't like routine, and maybe it's if asked, would you like your life to be really routine? I might say, oh no, I want a lot of variety. But I know I may think that, but I've learned about myself over the course of my life that I really do function better with routine and with discipline and with regiment. And I just try to find little things I can do every day to kind of just push me along the journey.
Sounds great. Now, what kind of advice could you give to someone that could be on the fence, thinking, do I want to start a program? Do I want to start on this particular program? Do I want to work with Ron? What advice?
The first thing I will tell you is the story about when I first started running marathons. It was January of 2001, and a friend of mine who's 8 years younger than me said I was too old to run the Shamrock Shuffle. And at this point, I wasn't running at all. And I got kind of angry. It's like, you punk, calling me out for being an old guy. And I was like 34 at the time. But I said, okay, I'll run the Shamrock Shuffle, which was like 2 months away or something like that. And I remember the first day I ran, I went on a treadmill and I walked for 10 minutes. I ran for 5 and I walked for 10. And that was day one. In October of that year, I ran a marathon. So like you can start that small, running for 5 minutes on one day, and 9 months later, I'm running a marathon. And I'm not a particular good athlete or anything. So the journey of 1,000 miles starts with a single step. That is absolutely true. The other thing I would say is, do not let perfect be the enemy of good. Don't feel like you have to have all your I's dotted and all your T's crossed, and you have to absolutely stick with this program and do every little thing and have your diet, all worked out and everything. The best workout you can do is a workout that you'll stick with, whatever that is. If it's swimming, fine. If it's working with you, fine. If it's running, whatever it is, go with that, and you can build from that. But don't feel like you have to, make a ton of life choices all at once. It doesn't have. It doesn't have to be that hard, and it doesn't have to be that overwhelming.
Cool. Well said. Well said. And last thing I have for you is, at this point right now, based on the experience and results that you have gotten of what you've done with this program, and over the last a little over a year now, what you've been carrying out, right? What is your top priority at this point? Like, based off of what you've experienced, what is your top priority at this point? And do you feel like you can sustain it? Do you feel like you can sustain what you've accomplished up until now?
I absolutely feel I can sustain what I've accomplished. And I guess I need to get through the baseball season injury free.
Okay.
That'll be good, because I'm playing a lot, and there are days when my throwing arm's pretty sore. Going forward, I want to kind of continue to build on what I've done. I think my weight's in a fairly good place. I would just like to keep on keep on this journey and see where it takes me. I think this really is kind of a guiding thought with me, is that I'm 54, be 55 in a month, and there are a lot of number of people I knew in college and high school are no longer with us. They have passed away, and I am blessed to have a body that allows me to go out and run around and play baseball and do all the things that I want to do. And I feel like I owe it to those people that aren't here anymore to make the most out of the life that I do have, and being able to be active, and being so thankful, for the opportunity to do that. And so, kind of working out with you gives me an opportunity to be thankful in that way. And because tomorrow's promised to no one, so I just want to feel like I have gotten the most out of my life that I can, and that part, and a huge part of that is taking care of myself and getting the most out of my body that I can. And then at the end of the day, when they lay me to rest, my friends will say, "You know what? You gave it a good run. Well done."
Awesome. Awesome. Well, Paul, you are giving it a good run. Thanks for your time today, man. I appreciate it. Appreciate you sharing with everybody, and I will see you soon.
Sound good, buddy. Take care of yourself.
Right. Thanks. You too.
Bye-bye.
Bye.